I'm Deirdre.
I'm Laura.
From Olann. And we're going to do... sorry. Which is obviously... Thank you. I'm just desperate. Okay, my brain has shrunk, I think, to the size of a pea.
I thought you were saying the size of me, the way you look.
No, size of a pea. Yes, shrunk to the size of your brain. No, imagine, I would never say something like that. Oh God, size of a pea, and I'm forgetting everything. But anyway, Olann, www.olann.ie,
yeah.
Ireland's Fibre and Craft magazine.
Yeah, we are on all the social medias. So on Facebook we're Olann, on Instagram we're Olann Magazine,
and on Twitter we're Olann.
Yeah, and then individually you can find us on Ravelry.
Ravelry, I'm Donna Diamond, and on Instagram I'm Deirdre McCardle.
And I'm Left Foot Daisy on Ravelry, on Instagram and Facebook, and then I have my own blog which is fibrestrumpet.com.
Yeah. So if you're joining us for the first time, hello. Welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back.
Yeah.
And we hope you will enjoy what we're doing today, which is a quick kind of review of Woollinn, which was an indie yarn festival that took place in Dublin just over a week ago. And it was organised by the ladies behind This Is Knit yarn shop in Powers Court in Dublin City Centre.
And it was sponsored, wasn't it?
It was sponsored,
so
yeah.
This is the bag, so excuse us while we disappear. I think you can see the bag. Yeah. So it was sponsored by Knit and Tours, Studio Donegal, the Fibre Company, and then This Is Knit. Yeah. So yeah. And it was held...
Oh, it was held in the Alsa Sports Complex, just out by Dublin Airport, actually. So quite handy, I suppose, for people who are coming in from outside, from England or from Europe, actually.
We got in the taxi and I said, we need to go to the ALSSA or something like that.
Oh, really?
And he went, Alsa. And I went, but why is it capital letters then if it's actually a name? And he went, I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah, I just assumed it was short. It must be short for something.
I reckon.
Athletics.
It must be. Yeah.
But he was laughing at us. Or me.
Well, I suppose with your English accent, he's probably like, yeah, bless. You wouldn't know that you've lived here for so long. But what we decided to do with it was divide and conquer. So I went up on the Friday with my husband, and Laura went up on the Saturday with a few of our friends from our knitting group. So I guess I'll just, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about the Friday. I guess I was just chatting to Laura before we went up, kind of started chatting to you guys, and we left here. So Glenn and myself left here. We had to do the vote because obviously the big kind of vote was happening on the Friday. So yeah, thumbs up, it all went well. Whew, that was wonderful. So we travelled up on the Friday and we got there kind of around lunchtime, and it was a glorious day. It was like so beautiful, scorcher, and it was just, I suppose it was nice. It kind of felt like, because there were so many recognisable people that we would know because we featured them in the magazine, and we've been speaking to them over the kind of past couple of years that we've been doing the magazine. It was lovely to meet people who we hadn't met before. Yeah, and also then
faces to the names.
And then kind of renew kind of friendships with people who we have met at different events kind of around the place. So that was wonderful, and that I think for both of us formed a massive part of the event itself, that we got to talk to so many people.
Definitely.
And then people were coming up to us and recognising us maybe from here or from Instagram or from the magazine, so that was really cool.
Yeah.
So the event itself, it was an indie yarn festival, so there was a huge focus on yarn. You know, sometimes you go to yarn festivals and
this is the program.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be other little bits and pieces, and you know, kind of muddies the water a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you think that, but
I think there's fors and against, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes, like you went up with Glenn, so
yeah.
I mean, Glenn, I imagine is quite like Con,
and
it's like more yarn.
yeah. It's all the same. Yeah.
You know, or it gives you an opportunity to go with people maybe that aren't yarnies. Do you know what I mean? You might have crafting friends who are into different bits and pieces or whatever.
I get you.
I did like the fact that it was concentrated on yarn.
Yeah.
And mostly independents. And there was I was just trying to look there. There was a good number of stalls, wasn't there? It was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, excuse me counting that.
No, because there was a lot, like, I mean, it was set in, I suppose, what you'd call like a sports hall. I'm not quite sure what sport, but it was, you know, quite big and really airy, high ceilings. So yeah, but you could see, you know, the markings on the floor and everything, so it was quite obviously a sports hall, but it was a big, let's say, floor plan.
So if we counted correctly, there were 56 different stands.
Whoa.
Now a couple of those were where I suppose you had the Irish Guild of Weavers, Spinners, Dyers had a stand. You had, let's just have a look here. There was something else that I just saw there. You had like that includes the information and merchandise store and stuff like that. So even 50, I mean, that was, do you know, it was a really, really good turnout, a good mix of Irish indie dyers, and then dyers from the UK and France, I think, wasn't
France, and I think there was one or two Germans as well.
Yeah. So I'm asking because I didn't get to see much yarn, but you'll hear about that in a minute. Yeah,
I guess because on the Friday, I mean, the Friday's always going to be, let's say, quieter than the Saturday anyway, because people will be at work or what have you. But there was, I think all the vendors I spoke to were happy with the space, like that they had around their stalls.
Yeah, there was a nice amount of space.
You know, stalls, and you know, some of them were like, you know, it meant that people could stop and kind of have a little bit of a browse, rather than it kind of being really tight and kind of trying to shuffle in. So that definitely, I felt, made a difference. I think when we went up to the knitting and stitching show a couple of years ago, it just felt really claustrophobic. And it was hard to get by, and then there was people, and like the aisles seemed to be very narrow.
And that place gets mobbed as well, doesn't it? Yeah,
So that was one thing I think that stood out.
And it was very bright, wasn't it?
It was very bright and airy, and just, it seemed to be a nice lot of space, and people seemed to be able to just relax and kind of browse and not be kind of hurried along, let's say. But of course we were nattering away as we made our way around. So it was kind of one of those that, you know, might have taken a normal person, you know, let's say X amount of time. It maybe took us 3 or 4 times longer to get all our way around. So even though I did make an effort to see everybody, I know I didn't. And for those of you who I didn't kind of get to, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, same for me.
It was one of those things. I suppose we got caught up in it, and chatting and walking around. I think between the two of us, we managed to cover every.
Yeah, we were discussing, weren't we? We think maybe 1 or 2 people that we just didn't get to see. But yeah, pretty much between the two of us, I think you probably got to speak to more people. Yes,
because you were off doing kind of workshop and talk and stuff like that, whereas I was just on the floor chatting. I guess, look, there was, as we said, a load of Irish indie dyers there, and kind of just people that we've worked with and kind of spoken to over the years. And it was just one of those things. I guess it was good to see them getting the interest in their yarn,
and it's well deserved. And you know,
absolutely.
Yeah, I think the Irish wool scene, knitting scene, the whole lot is just on the kind of. It's just beginning to really take off, and I think Woollinn was kind of primed to be a good platform to kind of push off from.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I think it might have brought a lot of Irish indie dyers to the attention of maybe UK knitters or European knitters that they simply wouldn't have known about them before. So from that point of view, I'd say, you know, a lot of them probably would get recognition that they wouldn't have. Yeah, so from that point of view, it was great. We did, of course, make some purchases, although I must say, I'm on a bit of a yarn diet at the moment because I have so much stash, and because I'm just knitting baby stuff, I'm not, you know, ploughing through my wool. So I made a few little purchases, nothing major though, but I'm going to show you what I got.
I think you got more than I got.
I probably did actually, now that I look at it, So first of all,
God, I didn't get one of those. I forgot.
I had seen Bernie from Bear and Sheep's Clothing. She's an indie dyer from up north, and she had come up with this enamel pin of her little polar bear. I don't know, does he have a name? I should have asked. I think he probably does.
I think he does, but I can't
remember
it. Yeah.
But she had posted a few of these up on Instagram before, and saying, I'm going to have these at Woollinn. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get one of these inspired. What a brilliant idea. and they were flying off her stall.
I know, I really wanted one, but we were just chatting and it didn't occur to me.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
So delighted with him. Yeah.
He's lovely.
He's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she was chuffed that there was the interest, you know.
Yeah.
And she had a lovely, did you see her kid silk haze or the mohair a new base that she's working on? Oh God, it was so beautiful. And I said, oh, I'll come back because I really like that. And of course, I didn't even get time to go back. But I'm going to have a look at her next shop update and see. And then I wandered over to the Countess Ablaze, who, look, it's her yarn. You see it on Instagram. It's just so in your face, and I love the names of her yarns, and it's just so. I made a beeline for her stall, and this is looking really. It's a bit of a darker orange than it's showing up in the.
What does it look like if you bring it back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit more.
Because this is more red than orange, isn't it?
Orange.
Yeah.
They look almost the same.
Yeah, but mine looks orange on the screen.
It does actually. That is redder, but so I got this. This is called Let's Build a Wall, and it's on her Lady Persephone sock yarn. And I just saw this and thought it would look lovely with a navy trim for a little cardigan.
Oh yeah.
Her baby. Whose baby? I don't know. Could be mine. Could be my sister's. We'll see. But anyway, the orange just. I know. Yeah. I've so much knitting to do. It's not even funny. And I just haven't had the time recently. It's ridiculous. But yeah, this caught my eye. And then when I was buying, she had like loads of little pins as well. Pins were really a thing, weren't they? And they've become like a really kind of a thing.
Yeah.
She had loads of pins. I don't know. I'm just going to see if you guys can see this.
You take it out of the packet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it for you?
It is for me. Yeah. Yeah. It's because I then foolishly said, I don't know if you can see it, but anyway, I'll show you guys first.
Oh yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
So I saw it and I looked here and I was trying to read and I was like, tell them each yarn. And so when I said to the lady who was manning the stall, I said, oh, I'll have one of those tell them each yarn pins as well. And she was like, I'll let them each yarn pin, that's fine, no problem. I'm like, of course it is. Why would it be tell them each yarn? It's let them each yarn. So I felt like a right twit. Anyway, so there you go. I was puce, like walking away going, oh, you fool. But it just, whatever way I was looking at it.
I can see what you mean though.
I thought it said let them, I was missing. Anyway, there you go.
It's nice, it's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
And it will look really good with our Dublin, our Woollin pins.
Oh yeah.
Dublin Woollin pins.
Oh yeah. Yes, we did. Yeah, we got, we both got Woollin pins.
There we go.
Ooh, there you go. Cool. So yeah, it's really nice actually. I think, is that meant to be like the Halfpenny Bridge? I presume it is.
I'll nod.
I think this is meant to be like a kind of a representation of the Halfpenny Bridge, which would be quite a famous pedestrian bridge in Dublin city centre.
I think you're probably right.
Or it could be.
It does look bridge-like.
Yeah, it does look bridge-like. I feel bad if it's not, but it kind of does look like a. Anyway, but yeah,
it's cute. Whatever it
is. It is really nice. Yeah. And just another pin. God, I'm gonna have to like.
I've got them all on my Notions pouch on the ones that do made.
Oh yeah.
So mine's kind of getting full. But
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but that's something that I always use. You know, so they're all on that rather than on different knitting bags.
I have all mine on one bag as well, but it's kind of getting full. And then I got a few. Oh, went out.
Oh wow, yeah. What
are these? They just came. I didn't even buy these. They came in the Countess when I bought from the Countess. Oh. She was sharing stall, or at least the undercover otter was at her stall as well. And so when you bought from the Countess, you got a bag with little bits in it.
Oh, okay.
So I got another little badge.
Very cool.
Yarnasol. And then a badge from the undercover otter. Neon is my neutral, which is cool.
Very good.
So yeah, more badges. And then finally, when I was wondering, it was kind of like a last minute purchase. I was speaking to Grace from Babel's Yarn, and I spotted this little number, and I'm just gonna put it up close because I think
oh yeah, that looks really nice.
It looks good. You can see it's like this really lovely, pretty baby pink.
It is lovely, isn't it?
Because I was in mid sentence talking to Grace, and then I saw it, and I was like, "Ooh!" And it's on her Bless Your Cotton Socks base, and its colorway is called Pinky.
Oh,
nice. My husband is obsessed with little bonnets, you know, that's kind of, I was telling you, and I think
you were telling them.
Was I? Okay.
As well.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, when he saw this, he saw this colour, he was like, "Oh, that would be perfect for the bonnet you're going to make." I'm like, "Yes."
No pressure.
Yeah. So that was really nice, and it was lovely to meet Grace as well. Actually, she's a hoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were saying she was taller than we thought she was.
Oh my goodness, so tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an Amazon. Yeah. Yeah. She's amazing.
I was like, oh, it's Grace.
Yeah, and then her boyfriend, whoa, he's like, what is he, 7 foot tall? And like Glenn is tall, but he was taller than Glenn. Yeah, it was funny. But it was lovely. Yeah, it was. I mean, I was saying to Laura, and you were the same. Like by the end, my throat was sore from talking.
Yeah.
But it was just a lovely day, and I was so happy to have met everybody and chatting to the girls from This Is Knit, or sorry, from Woollinn, the organisers, and they seemed really happy with how everything went. So yeah, I think day one was a success. Yeah, it was quiet, but I do know that Saturday was definitely busier. Yeah.
So my experience was a bit different because I had different things to do. It's the first time I've been on a bus for quite a long time.
Right.
They're a coach where I come from. Here they're buses, but that would be called a coach.
Yeah.
So I had a 4 o'clock. I got up at 4 and I went to bed at 1. So apologies to anyone that I spoke to in the afternoon. If I think I was still okay, but on reflection, maybe I wasn't.
Because you were hangry at one
stage. Oh my god. Yeah, I think I kind of come over all maniacal. People were saying, "Can I have a selfie?" And I'm like, "You can," but I literally felt like I was like. Someone gave me a cuddle and I was like, oh no, I'm so sweaty, and so I apologise. There was probably like a cloud above me, flies or something. I was knackered. So yes, it was the first time I've been on a bus for an awfully long time, and I tried really hard to fall asleep on a bus, and I went, and then my leg moved and I was like, awake. So we got there, I went up with our good friends Edwina and Carol. And we got there, and we managed to have it. We got there. We got to the airport. We got off the bus at the airport, and as I said, we got a taxi because I wanted to get across to the wall panel. And the taxi meant actually that we were there a bit early, and we had enough time for a cup of tea.
Okay.
Thank God.
Good. Yeah, start the day.
So, and I went up and I sat in on the wall panel. So the wall panel was basically a discussion about kind of wool in Ireland at the moment and knitting and design. On the panel were Johnny Shields, who is he's a 3rd generation maker of spinning wheels, if you don't know, and he's based up in Donegal.
And we had done an interview with Johnny a couple of issues ago, and he's a real gent.
Oh, it was lovely to actually meet him. You'd already met him, hadn't you?
I've spoken to him over the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's lovely.
There was Carol Feller, who is a very well-known designer from Ireland. I'm sure you've probably heard the name.
Absolutely.
There was Derma Cummins from
Cummins, yeah.
Who is now based in Carlow, I think.
I think it is Carlow, I think you're right, yeah.
But we've I suppose at this stage we know Derma Devol, don't we?
Yeah.
So we've been involved with him in the magazine, we've met him several occasions. He's fantastic. And what he's doing for wool in Ireland, for Irish wool. So forget, I suppose for the moment we'll move away from the indie dyes, but what Dermot is doing is he uses Irish wool. So he takes Irish wool and now he's naturally dyeing it. His business has evolved, and it was interesting to hear how it's evolved, and I think we've kind of been along, haven't we, watching what's going on. So he was incredibly interesting. He is incredibly interesting. We've spoken to him before. And then last but not least was Adele McBride, who is based in, I can't think, but Adele is a very well-known knitwear designer as well. And she is actually very heavily involved in the knitting tours as well.
Ah, okay.
So it was really interesting. The idea was that each speaker got 10 minutes to speak about what, I suppose, what their take is, where they come from, what standing they come from, what their business is, and what their take is about the Irish wool industry and where Ireland sits in that. It started with Adele, then Dermot, then Carol, and then last but not least Johnny. And as with all these things, it ran on. I think it was meant to be an hour. It ran on quite a lot, which meant that not a lot of people got to ask questions, and we were advised to go and ask questions at the stall. But then you go down to the stalls and people are busy, so you don't want to interrupt them.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was really, really interesting. Johnny had one of his wheels with him. Actually, a wheel that had been made by his dad.
Oh, wonderful.
So I know quite a lot of people probably went down. He was on the end of the Irish Guild of Weavers, Spinners and Dyers stall, and I saw quite a few people testing out his wheel. Their wheels it's a traditional flax wheel. I can't remember which issue was it that we featured in.
It wasn't the last issue. It was. What was it?
I'm trying to think if it was the last. I'll put it down here.
Yeah.
But we did a really great kind of article on him, and he talks about his wheels, but it's a flax wheel. So although they're used for wool, and very, very successfully, it's now a wool wheel, but it's a traditional flax wheel.
Yeah.
So it goes faster. So I know a few people that actually own them, and they say it's faster. It's great. It's like a rocket. So great for finer yarn. He was incredibly interesting. Dermot was talking about taking us through the stages of his company's development. So where he started spinning Irish yarn and has now moved on to the dyeing. He's still hands-on with everything, and it's wonderful. And he has Galway and
because I only know the Galway, but he has more.
I wanted to say Romney, but I don't know if that's right. No, it's not. I'll put that here. Actually, it might even be on this. Jacob. It's Jacob. Galway and Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
And he was talking about the next. So at the moment they're mixed, but at the next step for him is to start maybe kind of looking at them in terms of how soft the different parts of the fleece would be, and separating them, and maybe doing a little bit more concentrating on narrowing down the mixes and stuff.
Yeah.
His colours, his wall of colour was beautiful,
it was very nice, actually.
All naturally dyed. I actually did buy some fibre, so I'll see if I can open it without.
Actually, do you know, he said he had to take on somebody to help him with the dye, which is great. So it's good to see.
So this is some of the. This is the Jacob Shetland Mixed Mountain Galway Irish Spinning Felting Fibres. So I don't know if you can see. It's a really nice deep navy.
It's lovely.
And this is about as close to a woolly purchase as I get, actually. Because I did buy yarn and I felt like I bought yarn, but it wasn't for me, it was for one of my friends. So I got out and was like, oh, a penny yarn.
Yeah.
So my morning was taken up with the wool panel.
Yeah.
Which was really, really interesting. And actually I was sitting, I kind of felt like I was in the way. I was sitting talking to some people once the wool panel had finished for quite a while. So kind of pootled off downstairs, found my friends, and we went and had something to eat. Now, I'm going to swear, and that's rude, but I'm going to do a little bit of a shit sandwich. So I hope you know what I mean. So morning was really, really good. Lunch,
not good.
No, and that would be my only complaint. And I know I'm not alone on that. And I'm not saying this to be, I must complain. I'm saying this because I think it's important to give some feedback, I suppose. Lunch was pretty dire. So we'll move on from that really quickly. Yeah. And that wasn't anything to do with the organisers, I must state that. I don't think that was to do with the organisers. No. I just think maybe the venue wasn't prepared for so many people.
Perhaps, actually, yeah.
Do you think? I think it was that more than anything. I just think the venue was like, that's just knitters, just a few.
And funny enough, right, so this is kind of, not even going off, but I was at a communion the following day, as you know, my nephews, and we were up in my brother-in-law's house, and so his wife, her dad, I had been chatting to his wife, and she was like, did you come up yesterday? I was like, yeah, we were at this yarn festival out in Alsa out in Dublin. She was like, Arthur called him in. He's like a chairperson or something of Alsa. Oh. And he had been up there. I know, it's such a small world. Ireland is so small.
Maybe I shouldn't have said
what
I just said.
No. But he had been up there on the Friday, getting stuff ready, putting up, there was kind of signage out front and all that kind of stuff. And apparently his main job was to make sure that the floor didn't get scuffed by the stalls. Anyway, but he was like, Jesus Lordy, like real, like just. I think you're right. Like they probably didn't. I don't think they realised
it was going to be so many.
He was like, wool, knitting. He kind of he seemed really surprised at how popular. He was like, there were so many people, and that was on the Friday.
Okay.
So it probably maybe that was true.
That's all it felt like. It just felt like that they hadn't anticipated there'd be as many of us, and they kind of panicked maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm a vegetarian. A lot of us are, I think, as well. A lot of knitters are vegetarian or vegan, and I just think, But it wasn't just me. My meat-eating friends also had problems. You know, they just it just felt like a bit of like, oh my god, there are actually loads of them. Yeah. What do we do?
What do we do?
But there was carrot cake, which kind of eased the situation and stopped me wanting to kill everyone.
Because that would have been a whole different podcast.
I'd be sitting here gagged in a suit, apologising.
Murderous rampage. Hangry knitter.
Oh, I did tell someone, I was like, I'm hot, I'm tired, and I'm hungry. Don't.
Not a good combo.
So that's the only thing that I have that's bad to say. But having spoken to a few people, I think it probably I wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
The afternoon. So I was very lucky. So not only did I get to go to the wall panel, but I also got to go and listen to Kate Davies. And she was talking about her book that I don't think is out yet. Is it called The Handy Woman or The Handy?
That sounds familiar.
So I didn't pick up my thing, so I'm really, really annoyed that I didn't pick up my thing. Does it say it on here? Handy Woman.
Oh, yes.
And I have to say, like, I've been to a couple of book readings, and I'm never sure whether some people are great authors, but they're not very good narrators, are they?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But wow, like Kate had this whole slideshow going on.
Oh, cool.
She was really funny.
Yeah,
Proper funny. It was packed, as you would expect, and it almost felt like it was. I think it was an hour, but it felt like it was too short. It was like, no more.
Oh, yeah.
So it was really, really good. It was really, really funny. I can't wait to get her book. She talks about jumble sales, and I was telling it to my kids, and Dina was laughing because I was obsessed with jumble sales. And I miss a good jumble sale. You don't get them down this part of the country.
Much. Not as good.
The whole idea of a black bag and you fill it up and everything is like, I don't know, for 50 pence for the bag or something. And Kate was talking about that, and that was a big part of my life. So it was nice to kind of hear,
cool.
you know, about make, do and mend and things like that. And she had pictures of her and her sister in matching things that they bought from the jumble sale and stuff like that. It was really cool. And then, so she spoke about 3 different things. She spoke about that part of the book. She then spoke about her life living as someone who's had a stroke.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really inspiring, really interesting, talking about how she's effectively had to train herself, the left side of her body, retrain it, really, really good. And then the last bit, I've gone brain dead. The last bit, I can't remember, it was really, really good. I still haven't caught up on my sleep. I've been to Brighton since going to Woollinn, so I'm like, oh. But just, like she's a designer and her work is inspiring from that point of view.
Fairness.
But as a person, incredibly inspiring. And I came away from it thinking, wow, you know, kind of in a bit of a like, just that woman, wow. Do you know, that's what. So she was signing copies of her The West Highland Way book, and I was like, well, I mean, I've got to. So I mean, I would have bit her hand off for her other book, but and I checked Ravelry just to make sure. I think I had something already queued from it, but she was signing books as well. So I was like, so do I get her to sign it to Laura? And then I was like, no. Do you know what? I've got a code here, so I'll just cover up the code. I think that's covered, is it? Because you can get the book on a Ravelry, pack patterns on a Ravelry. So I've got it signed to Left Foot Daisy. So and I mean, I was one of the last in the queue. So, because I was sitting chatting to someone, I was like, oh my god. And I think maybe there were like 10 people behind me. So bless her, she'd been chatting for ages and signing books and stuff like that. So by the time I got out of there, I think I had maybe half an hour, 3/4 of an hour before everywhere closed down. And when I'd been with my friends, I'd seen what they'd bought, which was great, so I could kind of live through them a little bit. Do you know what I mean? When I'd gone to the wall panel, they'd gone around shopping, they'd gone around and worked out what they wanted to get. So then we went around quickly and picked up what they wanted to get, so I could kind of live through their purchases a little bit. And as I said, I bought one of our friends, Fiona. She'd asked me to pick up, who was meant to go and she couldn't. she'd asked me to pick up a rainbow pack of minis from Fiona.
Green Elephant. Oh shit, that beautiful shawl.
Yeah.
That she had knit with it.
Yes.
Oh, it was stunning.
So did Fiona? I think I dropped them already. I dropped them around before knitting.
Maybe. Yes, there was something being exchanged.
Oh, okay, it might have been that. Yeah, okay. So, and they were beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that confused me then because it felt like I'd bought yarn.
Okay, yeah, you thought. Oh,
even I remember looking in my purse going, I spent all my money, and I'd kind of drawn out a set amount, and I was like, I'm not gonna spend more like that. But of course, I'd spent it on Fiona's, and I hadn't realised. So I kind of pulled out everything in my bag. I was like, I didn't buy yarn. I didn't even buy like a Woollin Speciality. I might have to get in contact with the people who dyed them. So I went onto Isolde's store, and there was actually a book that I'd been looking for, and it wasn't on Isolde's store. I'd forgotten to check if Isolde had it, and she did have the Selby Votter mittens book again, and again I was like, just get it, like I said last time. And also the Shetland book.
Oh yeah, Susan Crawford.
Susan Crawford Shetland book. I was like, will I get that? So, but I'd been after, I can never pronounce this.
I'm going to say Lane. It's French for wool.
I mean, Lane, like, I'm English or Irish. Like,
I think it's Lane. Yeah.
People say my name wrong all the time. How do you get Laura wrong?
Oh, well, people call me Deidre.
Do they? Okay, that's worse than, I get Laurie.
Or Deirdre. That's mainly English people calling me Deirdre, probably because of
Coronation Street.
But Deidre is kind of an American. People from America tend to call me Deidre, but I've had people call me. Lots of different.
It's when people see how my name's spelled. I think they just it confuses people.
Yeah, probably do. Yeah.
Thanks, Mum. Wait till I see you again, you old bugger. So I picked up this, which is issue 4, which I'd actually been after for a while. I looked at issue 5, and issue 5 doesn't really have much in it that would appeal to me.
All right.
But issue 4 was packed with things that I absolutely love.
Cool.
I love the photography. Sometimes I wonder if it means that you can't see the knitwear quite as much. It's difficult though, isn't it?
I know what you mean, because we work very hard to try and focus on the detail of the knitted item.
Which doesn't necessarily sometimes make the best photo, but as knitters, that's what we want to see.
That's what we want to see. If you're knitting something, you want to see how it knits up, or how a certain stitch pattern will look, or whatever, and if you're doing it right. But
I love seeing lovely knitwear.
Yes.
And I love seeing lovely photos, but like, you can't really see the bottom. Is it coming up? Can you see?
No, I know what you mean. It's kind of in shadow, isn't it? Yeah.
So you can't see how that's sitting on that lady's hips particularly well. She's also to the side. Yeah. So it's moved, you know? So the photography is beautiful. I think the photography is lovely, but sometimes I would like to see a clearer image.
Detail of, you know, focus on certain parts of the item.
And the whole garment. So this, Lakeland is actually a really good example. So it's a lovely picture. She's crossing her arms, isn't she? I think in it, So that's fine. So then you go to the next 2 pictures, and this sounds like I'm slagging it off and I'm not. So you've got a full length of the back and a bit of the arms, is it? Pattern detail. So you haven't actually got a full length of the front. And just like this is only something I know now, that the long hair. When we did the sunset cardigan, and Dean and my daughter modelled, we had 2 or 3 people that said,
they couldn't see the collar.
They couldn't see the collar at the back because could you tie her hair up? And it's only since then that I would have thought about it. You can see the collar quite clearly at the front.
Yes.
And as her mum, I was a little bit like, now hang on a minute. But then I was trying to think about it in terms of knitting.
I know,
do you know what I mean?
As
a mum, I was like, hang on.
She wants to wear her hair down. That's right.
She likes. But now I get it. And it's equally difficult for us to remember that though, isn't it? When we're
it is absolutely.
When we're taking, we almost need a checklist, don't we?
Yeah, because you know yourself when you're, because we do test knit everything that we put in the magazine because we want to make sure that we can stand behind it. But we know then what areas we need to focus on in the photography. Yeah, I would say. Yeah. Although we take every issue that we take the photographs for, we usually have a reality that like, oh God, we didn't get this, or the amount of times, the pale fire is a good one. We hadn't got sleeves, had we? Oh yeah. And I had the pale fire and I'd gone down and my son was taking photos of my. Yeah. Oh, it's mad because I suppose a lot of the time as well. Yeah, you're taking shots and you're trying to make them look. It is so difficult to find that balance between having a nice photograph and an informative photograph. I think. Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah. So that was interesting. So now I did have one more purchase,
which I even said to myself, don't forget, but it's because I'm using it. I bought a bag off of Sarah, Sweensy Crafts, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Because I kind of said I needed a new project bag, but I forgot I might have ordered one.
As you do. Yeah. I know.
I'd ordered it a while ago, and it was being sent to England to my friends in the UK.
Well, look, you
might have
always
come
have new projects.
Yeah.
It's won't go to
This
waste.
is true. Yeah, did you see my blog post at how many projects I counted?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of scary.
I think I got up to 30 and then I stopped. Yeah.
That's really scary.
Yeah, if you ever want to feel good about how many projects you've got on your
read
needles,
that blog
go
post.
off and read that blog
Honestly.
post. Yeah.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have put it out there. As I did it, I was like, oh my god.
But do you think that will make you finish them?
Yes, yeah, I do.
Well then,
I think I'd like to
yeah.
cross some of them off the
Yeah.
list. And I mean, I ripped some down that I know I'm not going to get back to, and that wasn't all of them, which I explain in the blog post. So apart from the 2 books and the fibre and the yarn for our friends, I didn't buy anything else. Now,
Yeah.
because we're press.
Oh yeah.
We're press. Look, we're press. This was just in case I forgot my name, not so that anyone didn't.
Oh yeah, I had mine as well. So my
Everybody that I met had no problem with my
yeah, I
name.
know. Yeah, but you were delirious at certain points. You might not have known who you were.
I felt like it should have Laura Miller, if found, please.
Please feed.
I was saying to
dear.
Dee, I got so hot, I think I had maybe 15 minutes left. I was like, I'm going out for fresh air. I got out there and I was like, no, I can't go back in. I just can't. And I was waiting for my husband, who was picking me up on the way home from the ferry. And I'd gone and I'd kind of tucked myself right near the entrance gate. And literally, I was just sitting there like this when he came up.
He's like, oh my god, what's wrong with her?
And I said to him, food. If you don't take me to get some food, I'm going to eat your fingers. I don't care. Forget that I'm a vegetarian. Forget that that's cannibalism.
Oh gosh.
Just find me food. Have you got any food around this van? And
Usually you'd think he'd have some snacks.
he had fruit pastels.
Oh, okay.
And I was just literally sitting there. And you know when you don't really want sugar, and I'm like, no, this isn't helping. So we have a press pass.
Oh yeah.
But we both got.
Oh yeah, very
Dun, dun,
generous.
dun.
Yeah. I know. Well, yeah, so I'm just going to show you exactly the same thing, but anyway. Yeah, Studio Donegal, which is one of the sponsors, and Fibre Company, which is another one of the sponsors.
And this is soft Donegal. I rabbit on about this all the time.
Yeah,
so
it's your favourite yarn, isn't it?
And then we've got Acadia.
Yeah. Really
It's
nice.
Untamed wilderness from the Fibre Company.
Merino, baby alpaca and silk, and it feels lush.
It is
fur.
lovely.
Made and proved.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it feels really good.
Yeah.
So that was very generous, and that came as well with the woolen pin
Yeah. Lovely.
in the tote bag. So it was a really nice surprise actually.
And then the last thing I suppose we should mention as well is, now how am I going to cover this up? Because it would be nice to show you this pattern. So this is the show program, and in the show program it has this shawl design, which is the Woollin shawl, which was designed by Carol Feller, and it's called
Bealtaine.
Is that
Which
how you
means
say it?
it's the Irish for May.
I'm so pleased you said it, because I kept looking at it and going, that's not how you spell Beltane, but okay.
Yeah, Bealtaine. It's handy having a person who actually
really handy. Yeah, who speaks
Irish,
generally.
Yeah.
I struggle with speech full stop. Hold on, if I do this, because there's a really nice one of it stretched out, but it has the pattern next to it, so please excuse the rustling and the fiddling. That's better, isn't it? You can see it.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
It looks really good.
And Carol designed that to for her newer yarn, and it takes 5 of them. 5, yes, 5.
Yeah, it's quite substantial.
Yeah.
Shawl then.
And is that sport weight? I think it is, isn't it? It is. It's a sport weight because she spoke about it at the yarn panel.
Oh, okay.
I actually have a hank of it, don't I? 5 skeins, 5 times 140 meters. So it is quite a substantial scarf. That's the schematics. I can kind of show you the shape of it. Sort of. There we go.
Kind of asymmetrical.
Yeah. Yeah. Very nice. And then actually, there's another pattern in here as well, which is Ziggy played with yarn. So, this one's a little bit difficult to show because there's a chart. You know, this isn't a really good idea. Can you see it?
It's like an infinity cow. I don't know. You probably can't. Apology.
I'll see if I can find a picture and I'll put it in. But yeah, all in all, I think I had a great time.
I had a great time. Yeah.
I met so many people, and yeah, I was just blown away with the response. I think you were as well, weren't
very
you?
much.
As to when they said, you know, look, thank you so much for.
Oh, because there was a lot of ones who had done yarn reviews.
Yeah.
And they'd received a good kind of hit of traffic. Let's say when it had been in the magazine, and that feels rewarding.
It does, because that's what the magazine is about, you know.
Yeah.
So it was nice to get that feedback. It's great to know that it's worked as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that will encourage other people as well that are maybe a bit. And it was interesting that people were like, "Oh no, Woollinn, yeah, of course."
Yeah.
So you know, that's good. That means we've done what we wanted to do, doesn't it?
Well, that's true. Yeah.
So hopefully it'll be the
first of an annual event. I can't see why not.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah.
And we're spoilt because we've got the West Cork Yarn and Crafts Festival, haven't we? Yeah. At the end of this month.
The end of the 24th and 23rd and 24th of June.
And then I think Yarn Folk's going ahead again, isn't it? In August.
Yeah, it must be in August. Although I haven't heard a lot about it, but
I've seen a little bit, but I think it is. Yeah, maybe they'll start. Maybe they wanted to kind of give Woollinn.
Well, actually, that probably makes sense.
It's a small country. Northern Zav is a small country, so maybe they just wanted to.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So we'll be back. So we're a bit knackered.
Yeah. For loads of different reasons, but there's lots going on.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that I'll have this up tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think. Be short.
Yeah.
It's longer than we thought it was going to be.
It is.
So hope to have it up tomorrow, and I think we might take a week's break, mightn't we, from
social media,
just for a week.
Yeah.
Just to kind of recharge the batteries a little bit.
Yeah.
And we'll see you when we come back.